Welcome to another episode of Evolution of a Man podcast. I'm with Dr. Josh Rand. Today we have a special episode. We have three amazing women on this show, beautiful, professional, very elegant, classy ladies. They're here to share their truth. I've been in my DMs, women been asking me, hey, when are you gonna do an episode for the ladies? And so I am honoring the request tonight. And I'm going to start out by allowing them to introduce themselves, starting to my right. So we have
Miss Karen Mitchell.
Okay.
I am 37. I've been married. It'll be 10 years in July.
Okay.
I recently embarked on a new professional journey.
Okay.
I'm in the financial services industry.
Okay.
So still getting my feet wet, trying to connect, make, I guess, positive connections and networking.
Okay, that's good.
And I am LaDonna Allen. I'm not gonna tell my age. No, just know I don't look it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm married. Been married for 15 years. Two girls. I'm a stylist by day, but a wardrobe stylist by day. But I work with films. I'm in acting, hosting, a little bit of modeling as well. So, all arts and creativity, that's me.
Gotcha. And you?
Well, I am Megan Battle.
Okay.
I am a real estate broker and owner. I'm actually the youngest owner in the city.
Okay.
That's just it.
Ooh, that's a good lineup. So, guys, I want you to be unapologetically yourself. You know what I mean? Whatever you feel, say what comes natural to you. Don't hold anything back, because your stories can help somebody, and that's what we're looking to do tonight. We want this to be informative. We want you guys to be authentic, and I'm super excited.
Yes, let's
Y'all
get
ready to
it.
work? Y'all ready to work? Let's get it. Okay. So I know all you guys are professional women, and it's this narrative about being a professional Black woman, right? And so my first question that I want to start off with is Black women are often labeled difficult, right? I know you guys have heard that before. They're often labeled too strong, and sometimes hard to deal with, so they say. Where do you think this narrative actually comes from?
So I think for me, I don't think that there is a such thing as being too strong. I really don't. I don't agree with the narrative.
Okay.
Just because for me, it's almost like, how can you condemn someone for being something that they've had to be? It's almost like, me condemning you for brushing your teeth.
Okay. Yeah, don't condemn. I need to do that. Don't condemn me. I need to brush.
What you want me to do?
I got you. Yeah, for sure.
We didn't have a choice. So
Right.
I think that that's the thing about it. It's like, you don't have a choice. But I do think that narrative is created because Black women have had to be strong for so long. And, sometimes, depending on the person and how they carry that weight, it shows up in their day-to-day and everything that they do. So.
Right.
I think it goes and stems back way before our time.
Absolutely.
It goes back. Even if you
It's history.
Even if you look at, the slavery movies,
Yeah.
I think the men are meant to be strong, but they were broken down so much that we all had to step in and be the strength of the family.
Right.
And I think it was definitely difficult because it generationally, psyche, it made us think that we had to always be strong everywhere we went, in order to fit in order to make our place. So I think just generationally, it's just kind of like messed with our psyche, and now we just feel like if we're not strong, then we're considered weak. And that's not what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think, social media and the movies, the Tyler Perry's of the world, right? It's all about the single women. We so strong, we broken, so that doesn't help the narrative anyway. So it's like, who's gonna break that? Like, stop putting us in that light.
This is everybody.
Right. And for me, I think a lot of, where that narrative I think came from was kind of like men, us in a sense, where we like, man, she hard, bro, she difficult. And a lot of times I feel like, you know, it does go back to your adolescence. Like if a woman grows up and she's not protected, you know what I'm saying? Especially if she had to fend for herself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So she's going to develop those traits out of survival and protection. And a lot of times when you try to push that out into the world, you know what I'm saying? People take that in a negative light because they feel like that's hard to control. You know what I mean?
Well, see, you said something there.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's very triggering to the Black woman.
Gotcha.
I believe that a lot of Black women right now are in survival mode. And when they're in survival mode, it pushes you to be hard. It pushes you to act out of character because we're meant to be very soft and feminine and you know, dainty and just, you know, what our little
Let me
role.
sit back and be quiet.
Our little role.
I would prefer
not
to sit in this passenger seat.
But it's definitely sitting in the passenger seat. Right? But now it's kind of like when we're all in survival mode, we're all trying to make it. We're all trying to
I got to jump in the driver's seat.
I got to jump in the driver's seat. And what does the driver's seat do? They're the head.
So when do you, I guess my question is, when do you turn that off? Like, because is it around a man and you say, okay, well, I got to turn this off contingent upon how the man is, or do you have to go in situations and say, okay, I don't have, you can kind of look at the situation and say, I don't have to be so strong in this moment. Or is it just always on 10?
I think for me personally, I think that I am naturally a strong woman, right? Because I've had to be my whole life.
Right.
But I think that if a man creates a space for me, I'm also naturally soft.
Yeah.
So for me, if a man creates an environment for me to be able to trust him with my feelings and trust him to handle it.
Right.
That's the other thing. Like, can I bring my problem to you and you do something about it?
Gotcha.
Because if I just bring you my problem and you're like, man, that's crazy. Well, okay, I'll
figure it out.
But okay, so and that's the thing too. Do you know when to turn that problem over? Because sometimes
discernment.
But sometimes y'all are so solution oriented to the point where you like, I got it, because you ain't gonna do it the way I want you to do it.
It depends on if you're with somebody. I think it's different when you're single and then you're with somebody. I think if you're with somebody, you've made that commitment to that person, you trust that person. So I think that when I'm in a relationship, I naturally am going to vent to my partner anyway. I'm naturally gonna be like, man, this going on,
Sure.
and I'm going to give you that opportunity to create a solution for me, even if it's advice or if it's prayer, if it's whatever, right? I'm going to give you that opportunity because I'm venting to you about it first because you're my person. So of course I'm going to open that door. But at the end of the day, if I resent that, and it's like, dang, that's wild.
I feel you.
You back in that mode.
I think for me, my mom was a single mom, right? And she was super strong, super tough. Never showed emotion. So I'm like, man, like this me too, probably, you know. So when I met my husband back in 2010, I'm like, oh wait, that doesn't have to be my narrative, because my mom used to always say, well, I don't have time to deal with no man. I don't want no man laying up under me and trying to tell me how to do my like. She was just this real, like, no, I got it.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know if I want that for me. Like, I want to be able to break that. Like, I want to be able to
that's good.
find my husband, my best friend. Like, I want to do life with him, create a new life. Like, I don't want to keep this same storyline going.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't want to be that. Love my mama to death. Like, may her soul rest in peace. But she was strong. And I was like, I don't want to have to be strong. Like, I want to be able to sit back and let somebody else take the lead.
Because when you look at strong women, it's like sometimes as they get older, they get lonelier.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm like, you by yourself and you still like that? Because walls are meant to keep people out, but they also close you in too. You know what I'm saying? So, and even with my mom, I had to be like, you know, she had a tough life. I spoke to that on the last episode. Like, my mom was the youngest of 8. So by the time she was the baby, my grandparents, her mom and dad was burnt out. You feel me? They was done. They was done. So
they weren't even whipping no more.
So
sit down.
So with her not getting that love, where do you think she's gonna go? She's gonna try to look for it out in the world, and then if she gets hurt, you know what I'm saying? She gets hurt, then she's gonna develop that bitterness and angerness. Because I'm pretty sure your mom, that probably came from a man doing her wrong.
But then go ahead.
My mom had a really rough childhood. Her dad used to beat her mom like it was no tomorrow. So she's never seen a man in a positive light. So that trauma carried on with her.
Sure.
And it was starting to trickle into us too, you know, until I was like, wait, like, no, I found somebody. Like, this may be my person. Like, I can break this. This don't have to be my story.
That's so interesting though, because I think about like my mom, and like my mom actually experienced the same thing, right? As far as like seeing her, you know, stepmom, her real mom passed when she was 3 years old. And then she watched my granddaddy, her father, basically beat her stepmom. And I think that the difference though in my mom is that she didn't internalize it though. Like she still was open to love, you know what I mean? And I think that like, it's so interesting seeing how those same situations can happen, but it's like, even though those are the same situation, everybody internalizes things differently. You know what I mean? And it affects us all, you know, in the end.
But my mom saw that from her father. Then every man she was with showed her the same thing. So she's like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm good.
It always started with the father. That's why I speak to my husband now, and I'm like, listen, when it comes to those girls, you tell them they're beautiful. You know, everything you say to them, how you treat me, they're watching it. And they're going to either look for what you're not giving them, what you're not giving me, or they're going to have the standards because you've given them all the tools that they need emotionally. See, I think that's a lot of things that our fathers did not have. They didn't have the tools to be emotionally mature, or you know what I mean. Like they were present. They worked. They did the best they could, you know, from what they knew. But they didn't know how to nurture us emotionally. So we had to grow up figuring out our own emotions. And then the first person we got with, that's who kind of taught us emotionally what we, you know, what we wanted or what we didn't want. So I think, you know, now it's really important for fathers to step in, not only the girls, but the men too, their boys too, and just teach them how to be emotionally mature or just emotions in general.
Well, you know, for me, I didn't realize, like, and I read this book called The Way of the Superior Man by David Deal, and I spoke on that. It talked about masculine and feminine energy. And understanding, like, being able to have both sides, because I got 3 sisters, so y'all can imagine I'm the youngest. You know what I'm saying? It was hell for me. But being able to understand feminine energy in a way where I didn't always use my ego to be able to deal with situations. Because my ego would just try to find a solution instead of trying to understand. You know, if she like my daughter got in the car one day and she just bust out crying. And my immediate response was like, what you crying for? She was like, it's just having a baby. But, you know, I was prepared for that because I lived in the house with girls. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to understand, like, this is the feminine energy. Sometimes the beauty in feminine energy is that it's always changing. You know what I'm saying? Like you have summer, spring, fall, you know what I'm saying? And they all have their moments, but when you go into the next season, it's beautiful. And I think you do have to have a level of patience with the feminine energy. Like even with my mom, like I had to, cause you know, when your mama whoop you, that ain't your best friend. You know what I'm saying? 10 years. But I had to realize, I had to look at my mama, and it took me a while to forgive her. Because I used to compare other people's parents, like, oh, their mama's so cool. They mama let them stay out. They mama let them, they mama nice. And my mama mean. That's all I knew.
Sounds so familiar.
So, but like I said in my last episode, if she wasn't shown that, then how could she mimic that? You know what I'm saying? So she can't be what she was never, what was never introduced to her. And so as I got older and I needed to get new information, new psychological information, new emotional information, as I matured, I started to realize, like, oh, and I actually, it was a moment in my life where I realized, like, I was more mature than my parents. Because I sought after more emotional information than they did. And they stayed in that 50s and 60s and 70s mentality. They didn't evolve at all. So now with me being the more knowledgeable person emotionally, now I'm parenting my parents.
Absolutely. I think that's our generation as a whole. I think that happens to so many of us in our generation, like versus our parents, because therapy wasn't a thing, you know what I mean? And now, it is for us. Yeah. So I think that we have to look at our parents as people a lot of times as opposed to our parents. I think that was the thing for me. Like, it's tough, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? But initially, like, you think about them like, why did you do this? You put me through this. You just
doing the best they could.
You slapped me in front of
But the crazy thing about it is, the evolution. They did better than their parents.
Right.
They did better. You know, and we're doing better than our parents. And our children are going to come and they're going to do better than us.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's the beauty of it. You know, so it's like when we get up of age, right? We look back at our parents and how we were parented. It's like, you know what? Dang, mama. Thank you.
Thank
you for trying.
For trying. Because you're a person. You were your own person. You had your own trauma. And I think when I started to really peel back the layers of my parents' childhoods and the things that they went through and their trauma, I started to understand the things that I went through. And I was like, okay.
And still going through.
Right. But I can give them more grace.
For sure.
Because I have clarity on their journey.
But that comes with maturity. Because when I was younger, my mom, you the standard, right? Like, you need to be perfect. You need to be the example, the model. Right. But then as I got older, I'm like, wait, like, she was broken.
Yeah. Because you started seeing it.
I didn't see it then, like, but now I do, but now she's gone. You know what I mean? It's like, dang, like, it found a click to me, but time is gone. You know, so.
And I think I was the baby, so I got a different mom than my sister. Right? My sister, They do. And in a sense, I kind of hated on my sister because I felt like she got a little bit more of the coddling side. And then I came along and I was so strong and independent. They were like, oh, LaDonna got it. She can do it. And I'm like, no. I'm over here.
But that's so
I'm a child.
What you said, that's so crazy you said that, because my brother, I always say, and my aunt would tell me, you got a different version of your mom. By the time my mom had me, she was almost 40. So by the time she had you, she had it together. But we experienced
a different mom.
Like, dang, that's so true.
Let me. So I want to ask y'all another question, because all of y'all are career women.
Yes.
And super successful, and I'm proud of y'all.
Thank you.
So, as a career woman, I want to ask this question: like, what do you need a man to understand about your ambition so he doesn't interpret it as competition?
I need him to be a godly man, for one, first and foremost, because if he's a godly man and he can hear from God, then God didn't already told him my assignment. I don't have to fight with him to understand that I have an assignment on my life. And I'm trying to be obedient to my assignment, right?
Absolutely.
So that, I think, there's where the conflict comes in. If he's not first a godly man, then I can't talk to him.
So what about the correction aspect? Because if he's a godly man, then you must respect his leadership. So when he says, "Hey,"
that's very hard.
Doing that,
it's very hard because.
I think you should ask on what is it that he's saying that we ain't doing.
Well, I see what he's saying because being in a relationship, being in a marriage, especially for so long, we sometimes, get there before the man gets there, right?
Emotionally.
For sure. Not just emotionally, we mature spiritually, we just mature faster than them, right? So we'll get to a place where spiritually, we're like, okay, God, I know I'm at a place, I'm getting tugged here, I'm getting tugged there. I feel this, I can see the flow here. You're flowing me here, all right, but this is a big change in my household. For me, I went from a corporate girly. You know what I mean? I came out of school, I got married, I had a child, I got my master's, all in my 20s. You know what I mean? I'm working corporate jobs till 30s. Now I'm influencing, I'm, having a podcast, I'm acting, I'm modeling, I'm doing all these things. And my husband like, whoa, who is this? So it was a difference, but I felt the tug in, this is not me. This is not where my assignment was. Now, yeah, 10 years, 8 years later, he's like, oh, I see it. But it took a minute. Yeah. And I have to be patient. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I was the most patient. And I'm not going to say that he was the most patient. Right. But I think because we eventually gave each other grace and we just figured out we had to be patient with the maturity level of when you get there and when you get there.
Yeah.
I think it's different when you're single. I think that for me personally, and I guess, I mean, I've been in relationships as I was, building my career. But I think for one, it goes back to what LaDonna said, like, I'm on assignment. Like, I'm doing what God wants me to do. And so for me, I think it's just about, like, let me do what I gotta do so that I can build, and then I can, take my hands off of it. But I gotta build it to a point that it can run without me, and then I can step out of it. I think that that's the biggest thing. Like, be patient with me while I build. Just understand that I'm doing this because I'm on assignment and I'm doing what I have to do, not what I want to do. I'm doing what I have to do, what I'm called to do. And in that, I just need you to just ride with me.
And I think you asked the question. You said, how do we deal with leadership when he doesn't know the vision? How do we say, okay, I'm going to listen? And sometimes we have to be a little manipulative.
I got you.
We have to like make you think that it was your idea. But it wasn't. It came from us.
It came from you. You was the orchestrator. You was behind the scenes.
But we have to do it in a soft way because you guys, y'all need respect. Y'all need y'all ego to be stroked. Y'all need to feel like a man. But when you don't feel like a man, then everything in the household is stripped down.
And that's the narrative about, I've never been married, but I, aspire to be. But when I look at my constituents, right, they think they use traditionalism in marriage. And they think that marriage is like, you on this journey, we on this journey, but when we get together, everything got to stop. Because of the respect, because of what I expect from you, what you expect from me, and they fall into those traditional roles. And one thing I say about duty, if I'm married to somebody and I'm fulfilling my duties, I don't have to have any emotion behind my duty.
Absolutely.
Because it's just a duty. I don't have to feel. I don't have to feel like I want to. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So what I say is, a lot of times, when it's your last time to take your last breath, nobody's going to take that place for you. And you're a life all on your own.
Yes.
And somebody told me that love is nurturing without forming an opinion.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying? So if I can nurture you without forming an opinion and realize that your life is your own, and we came together to build and create, and that's why the fruits of the spirit, like, I'm not trying to be selfish. I'm not trying to have control. And that's one thing that I tell my brothers, like, hey, you got to get out your ego. Because if you feel like you have the need to control, you have the need to always have to be right, you have the need to always have the last word, then you're taken away from the beauty of the feminine energy. Because you don't understand, like, and I say this on my show because I had some good shows, by the way. The average millionaire is married.
Average millionaire is married.
On average. And they'll tell you that it's the woman behind the scenes. Absolutely. You see what I'm saying? His confidant, being able to talk to her about certain things, and her noticing details. Because we're not as detail oriented. Y'all know that. We'll look at some stuff and be like, oh, and she's like, no, wait a minute.
I saw something. I don't like that.
And most guys, they don't understand that part in their life. And I've met guys who were going down the wrong path, and they got married, and their life changed. And the only decision that they made was they picked the correct one. They didn't do all the other stuff in their life correctly, but they did this right. You see what I'm saying? So that's how their life changed in a nutshell, because you can't cut off. That's why isolation is not something that we can afford. When people be so happy about being alone, I be like, okay, but if you slip and fall in the house and you're down there for 15 hours, you see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody calling, ain't nobody coming to check on you.
You always by yourself.
Because you always by yourself. And that's the thing about about God. Like, God is in the people's business.
Yes.
Like, you can't do anything in the earth without people.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's why I be like, bro, you really want to be by yourself?
Yeah.
You really think that's the life for you?
But when you take it biblically,
Yeah.
the Bible says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and obtains favor with the Lord.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So that's a part of finding that correct woman, because
Yeah.
if she's a godly woman, that means she's anointed, that means she's praying for you, that means she's covering you, that means she's doing all the things that she's supposed to do as a wife, right? So if you go back to the Bible, you see the Marys and the, all the women that were mentioned in the Bible. If you ever notice, it's almost like they were Jesus' right-hand people. People may think that the disciples were everything, but it really was the women that pushed the gospel. So if men understood that we have some type of connection with the Lord that is just like undeniable.
Because y'all are creators. Like, we can't give life.
Yeah.
And I tell men like this. I say, look, I got a homeboy. He said, I don't have a number of women working for me. Because it's like sometimes when two men get in the same place, that breeds ego.
Yeah.
And ego breeds competition.
Yeah.
So if you want to compete, get you some men around you, brother, and that's gonna try. He's gonna try to take your spot. He's gonna try to see how he can get ahead, and that's why a lot of us can't come together as men because that ego, that competition, right? And so it's beauty in partnership with the feminine because she's not in competition. She's complementing.
Yes, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? That helps us in a lot, and that's why I say most of the married guys that I know, they'll tell you they get mad. I see a lot of guys get upset with marriage because they didn't have the wisdom at the time to pick the correct woman. You're picking out of lust. You're picking out of something that ain't even spiritual. So of course you're gonna be mad.
Of course.
Because you didn't pay attention to the characteristics and the spirit in the woman. You paid attention to some booty.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And that matters more than anything.
Yeah. So a lot of guys, the frequency, they have a low vibration because in their thinking, they don't understand.
Yeah.
So yes, you're gonna have these bad experiences because you don't have any wisdom in picking and choosing the right woman.
Yeah.
So then when you pick incorrectly, you have a bad outlook.
Absolutely.
And that's what's broadcast in today's society now.
And I think that goes back into the question, like, you know what I mean? Just like that man won't feel like it's competition with her career if he's a godly man. If she's a godly woman, then she's able to explain to him the assignment. And they're in conversation about the assignment. Like, if I'm in a relationship as I'm building, I'm like, babe, what you think about this? Like, I'm thinking about doing this. I got to do this. But what you think about this? Like, I want his input. You know what I mean? So I think that if they're both spiritually in tune, you're not going to have that problem.
So let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all ever argued with a guy and through your career or through what you can do or what you
No, I ain't never
y'all
did
ain't
that.
never did that?
No.
I didn't see somebody do it before, but
Tell me more. I've never seen it.
Cause that
she said, I'm like 100,000 a year.
Oh, wow.
But, I've never done it. I've never done it. Because my thing is like, for one, I'm just a humble individual anyway. So I don't see myself being like that. I don't do all the chitter chatter. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing too. It's hard for us to be like, okay, she got, she got a career, she got a life, she's accumulated so much, she's accomplished a lot. She don't really need me. And that feeling, a lot of men sometimes have when their women are climbing the ladder. Like, what am I here for? What can I do?
But that thing's on the material side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
I want you to be in my safe place.
Even if it's not the material side, like, did she ever tell you she didn't need you?
Right.
That's something that's your perspective. You can't take something that she's beautiful, she's a smart individual, she's driven, and she's doing what it takes to get to the next level. She ain't said nothing about, baby, I don't need you.
Okay.
I don't want you to do this for me. I don't want you to cater to me.
I absolutely want you to take out this trash.
things.
Love on me.
I don't want you to do that. He thought that. He assumed that when he saw her doing something that he felt was only for a man.
Yeah.
So can you say that subconsciously though, if you're moving a certain type of way, you're handling business, and you may not do, have you ever just self-reflected and said, I may not have, he may not have been my first thought. I may have been like, you as the woman saying, okay, well, I got it. So were there any times where you ever said to yourself, like, I can do this and I don't have to depend on my husband for this? Because a lot of men do sometimes feel unseen, right? And not saying that you guys are doing that on purpose, not saying that you're even doing it. But
That's
sometimes,
good, though. That's
good.
yeah, so sometimes with what you guys, because you guys have this I'm gonna go
Tunnel
get
vision.
it. Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
you can feel unseen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And I think it's even more that feeling probably is even more there with men that have children, that they have children in the marriage.
Right.
So now she has not only to worry about the career, she has to worry about the household, she has to worry about the children, and he does seem to come last.
Right.
But I've noticed, and I think my husband can attest to this, it's like once you kind of step over out of thinking that your role is only to go to work and come home, but you start helping out, you find that things start overlapping, and now I can spend more time with you. We can sit, because I didn't have to cook, clean, wash the dishes, put them up, wash the clothes, get the kids a bath all by myself. I had a little help to do that, right? Now, after a long day of working, styling people, getting on my nerves, people, right?
Happy time.
It's happy. I get home, I have to be a mom, I have to do this, but I didn't do it by myself. So now, babe, you want to go watch a movie? Let's go watch a movie. You pour me a drink. Let's go do that. You know what I mean? I feel like once a man understands that his role is not just to be a provider, things will be so lovely at home.
But that goes back in the day where the man come in saying, I got to be the breadwinner, I got to be the one to take care of the house. And now we in an era now
we helping out.
We hustling too. Like we out here getting it too. So we got to change that narrative. Like, hey, we're a partnership now. It's not just you making the rules and calling the shots because you the breadwinner, you bring it home. Like, no, like this a true partnership.
And that's why I think men get confused. It's like we do get confused because it's like, okay, I don't call all the shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? And it's like...
Is that what y'all want to do? Y'all want to call all the shots?
Well, it's only... No. But it's only in situations where that's the difference in gifts and the way God... The reason why God made us different. Because it's things that you can do that I can't do. It's things that I can do that you can't do. But in those situations where who's right or who's wrong... What principle? What's the happy medium? Because, like you said, your husband may see something, or your boyfriend or whoever may see something that you don't see. But at that point, do you self-reflect and say, okay, I'm gonna go my way, or I'm gonna listen to him in this moment? And those are the moments where you find people like arguing, going back and forth because you don't know, you don't know.
I think that's something I had to learn, if I'm being honest. I think that's something I had to learn, and I think it's different when you're in a marriage and then you're single or in a relationship, because I think that in a marriage it's like, okay, I've made this lifelong commitment with this person. This is my person for sure. In a relationship, I'm still figuring it out. You know what I'm saying?
You can go tomorrow, but I'm hot.
You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I think that for me, I had to like reflect in those moments, like, okay, this is somebody that loves me, that wants what's best for me. So let me try to be receptive of what it is that they're telling me. And let me take my personal opinion out of it. And let me try to listen.
And you have some women that don't mind. Because they've taken losses before, they don't mind not listening to you to take a loss because they know how to bounce back from that loss. So you may be telling them something to prevent them from taking that loss, but
they don't
because they have so much resilience, they like,
I'm cool.
It is what it is.
I can take it on the chin.
And I think that's been me, right? It's like, but I think I had to learn. Like I say, okay, this is coming from somebody who care about me. So I think for me, I've had to take care of myself. You know what I mean? I was started working when I was 11. Like I was walking dogs, cleaning houses at 11. So I think in therapy, my therapist had to allow me to see like I can naturally be that way, like, okay, you got to prove it to me. Like, why does this make sense? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I look at it like, I've been taking care of myself. Who are you to tell me? You know what I mean? Right. But I think that once I started changing my mindset and I started realizing, like, dang, okay, Megan, this is coming from somebody who loves you and cares about you. It allowed me to.
So let me say this, y'all can speak to this and y'all can tell me what you think. Okay, let's give a scenario, right? Let's say you have a wife. And I'm just speaking from the male perspective. I say, baby, don't do that. You like, you see him, I got it, right?
What is the thing though? You got to give a little bit more.
It can just be something that you're talking to me about. Let's say if it's work related, if it's discernment about a person, anything, right? And this is what we're afraid of as men sometimes. So when we say, baby, they don't need to be doing that. You feel me? Don't do that. And you do it anyway. This is where it gets tricky. Let's say the thing that we told you not to do happened in a negative way. Now it has affected you. Now it's affected your mood. Now the thing that I told you not to do has affected your mood, and now I have to deal with your mood based on the thing that I told you not to do. So the thing that I told you not to do is still having a lasting effect on your energy in our space. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you took a loss and you like, that's different. But we know women just, y'all just ain't like that. You hear me? Y'all like, put my glass on, I want to talk. Turn on that Tyler, you know what I'm saying?
Stop talking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what makes us. That's what makes us be like, come on, man.
I told you not to do that. But I think that that's the other thing too. Is like, at least for me personally, in a situation like that, if I can see that it makes sense, then, and I think it all depends too. There's a trust thing, right? Like, can I trust that you said this before? You said something in another scenario, and I'm glad I did it, right? I could trust you with that because I trust your leadership. Okay, well, that's different. I'm gonna take that into consideration from the jump, and I'm gonna say, okay, this is somebody who cares about me, so let me just not do it, just because I know that he has what's best for me. But then I'm gonna say that to the Lord too. But I'm also expect that man has taken, like, he's being led by God, because I can't expect you. Because who are you? Who's speaking for you? Like, what? Are you telling me to do something?
Where is it coming from?
Like,
what's your source?
For you.
Who's speaking for you? I gotta know that.
Y'all are the same.
I gotta know before I get to do it. You told me to go right, but did the Lord say to go right? I need to know.
A lot of it comes from like your childhood. Going back to your childhood. How was your father? Who was he to you? Could you trust his word? Did he tell you something and it helped you and it stopped you from getting hurt or burned or something like that? And then when you get to that man, most times, if you did experience that with your dad, you're going to trust him just off the rip. Like, just.
I don't know about that. I don't know about trusting him off the rip.
I'll say for me, my dad was very present. He was he was there. He ministered. I couldn't ask for a better dad. The only thing I know personally, I kind of wish he probably maybe would have been a little bit more emotional with me. And a lot of things that I deal with emotionally, I probably wouldn't have, but that just came from, you just didn't know, right? But I will say this, coming from a person that was present, I trust my dad. I trust his word. So coming into a marriage, going into my relationship, I trust my husband until I maybe didn't, if that was a thing, right? But that was just from my perspective, because the first man that I had to trust didn't lead me down a road of demise. You know what I mean? So now I'm getting with the man that said he loves me, that said he's going to do this, he said he's going to do that.
I trust it.
I'm trusting it,
So what do you guys think about the male and female bashing epidemic? Like,
I hate it.
It's
especially
like
black people.
Yeah. So how do you guys feel about, every time you promote positivity and love and black love, it's always somebody in the background and the rafters saying, that shit don't work. You know what I'm saying? No, the women, all they want to do is and this is what they speak. This is their normal conversation.
Hurt people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Hurt people.
I'm not in tune with it.
And
I don't really care.
Until they get healed, they're going to continue to bleed on other people.
I think it's their reality. I think it's their reality, and I also think it's a matter of like what environment you put yourself in. Like I don't see so much of that. I mean, I see it as a general perspective across the board, but it's not in your friend circles. You know what I'm saying? My friends are in happy marriages, relationships, and you know what I'm saying. So I don't know about that.
You have to be so intentional. Like it's all about intentionality. Like I'm not gonna be hanging with people that's bashing. Like I'm with people who got successful marriges,
absolutely,
who we can help one another through tough times. Like I'm not around that. So
it's not my reality. That's why I say I think it depends on what you're experiencing, what your reality is. You know.
So okay, my next question I want to go to because we having some good juicy conversations. I'm really appreciative of it, and I'm learning a lot from you guys, whether you believe it or not. My next question is, what is one relationship pattern you had to unlearn about yourself because it was hurting your relationship?
Ooh, baby, not being submissive.
That's a big word. Yeah, that's a big word for a lot of women now.
When I first got in, I'm like, hey, like I move how I move. Yeah. I do what I want to do. Yeah. If I say I want to get up and go do this, like my husband tell you, I get up and say, hey, I want me a new car. I'm at the dealership tomorrow. Yeah. And I had to learn, like, wait, like your actions, your decisions affect not only you anymore. Again, that's my life partner. But at first, it was like, look, like I do me. Yeah. But now I'm like, no, I got to make sure I consult with my husband first. Yeah. That's good. Not being submissive, because again, it goes back to my childhood. I only saw my mom being strong. So like, I ain't really got to do all of that. But as time went on, I had to learn to like be so like it's okay, like listen to him, like he's not telling you anything wrong. Like you married this person who you trust, who you love.
Go out and burn a hole in that chick.
I'm like, so that was really I think that was the biggest thing for me is just not like truly being submissive to my husband.
Gotcha. What about you?
Ooh. I think I'm gonna go a little deeper.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm gonna go a little deeper. I think mine. Or just, I think mine was.
The last.
Oh, Lord. I'm scared. My husband is not my source.
Right.
That's something I had to unlearn. Yeah. You know, he's not my everything. I can't look for him to do and be everything to me because that's unfair to him. And when he disappoints me because he's human, then now I'm mad. I'm mad at the world. I'm mad I did not make God. You did not give me the right husband.
I know, right? You was throwing. Off with his head. I got you.
That's what my source was. And you know,
that's good. That's good that you recognize it. And
took me a long time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The pressure. The that's what I'm saying. I'm like. Happiness is an inside job. Of
it
course.
is.
Like, I'm gonna mess up. Listen, baby, look. I'm gonna let you down. I'm gonna let you down. Hold up. Come on, man. I'm gonna let you down. Right? Oh, yeah. But I'm gonna let you down, basically. And so, it's that fairy tale. And we all have it, men and women. We have an idea of what things are supposed to look like.
Yeah, absolutely.
And y'all know I study quantum physics, so I love physics. And one thing that it says, and this is the hard truth to swallow, it says that when somebody hurts you, when you mature about it, you must thank them. Because they brought you closer to reality.
Yeah, that's good.
And clarity is seeing things exactly the way that they are.
Yeah.
Not the way you want them to be.
Yeah.
And that's what I started to realize about placing my expectations on people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And we talk about self-love and self-worth and all that, but relationships expose us.
Yeah.
They do.
They definitely do that.
They really expose us, and
yeah,
we don't realize that people talk about the love language. I'm like, your love language is just what you didn't get, what you want. You know what I'm saying? What you didn't get growing up and what you want now. That's your love language because that's what you identify with the most. But people don't know how to give that to themselves. It's like, you single, You go to the gym. You may take a trip or two. You may go out, have you a good time. You may, go shopping. Your life is great. But as soon as you get with somebody, now you have this expectation. And it's like, you were just great here. What happened? The expectation you put on this person. So now all these things that you used to do when you were in this happy state, you have altered that to be in love. And that's what most people are doing. They're altering their state of being for love. And you should never do that. Because people will leave you. They will die on you. They can wake up tomorrow and change their mind and decide that they don't want to be with you no more. And that's their right. So they didn't break the law. They broke your expectation.
That's it.
That's good.
What would you say to that?
Yeah, I think that just to kind of coincide with what I was saying earlier, like I think that I had to learn that everything doesn't, like I have to accept what it is that he's saying to me without like truly listening.
Gotcha.
Listening truly to what you say. Actively listening, right? Yeah, I'm like, anyway, okay. But I think that was the biggest thing that I had to learn. I had to learn, like, okay, this is somebody who really wants what's best for me.
Gotcha.
So let me be receptive. Let me not automatically, have a rebuttal. Let me not automatically be like, okay, but. And I didn't realize it until after I was single.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until I was single and I was talking with one of my homeboys on the phone. We were talking about something. And I was like, but. He was like, man, you always say but.
But you always got a but.
You always got a but. And I was like, wow. And it wasn't until then that I was single that really made sense to me. And I started thinking back to my previous conversations, like with my ex. And I was like, wow. I've been doing this. Like, I'm like, I hear what you're saying, but I hear what you're saying, but I hear what you're saying, but, and I wasn't fully hearing him. And so I think that I had to change my nature in that sense of just not automatically like defending myself. Like I had to learn how to receive what he was saying as opposed to feeling like I had to defend myself. Like I had to learn how to receive him telling me how he felt without feeling offended.
Or without trying to correct it. Because some people think,
what you mean? Hold on.
What you mean?
I'm a good person.
I think, and I think that goes back to being offended, right? It's like you're telling me how you feel about something, and I think for me, being in a season where I am building my career, it's like, man, I'm already having a long day.
So let me ask y'all a question.
Come deal with it.
Do you guys know the separation between what you do and who you are? Because a lot of us identify with our accolades, our status, who we know, who we're around. And in the spirit realm, none of that means anything. You know what I mean? Do you guys know how to separate the two, and was there ever a time where you let your ego was there ever a time you let your ego take over and you identified with what you did versus who you were?
I think that's especially when you're just starting out and building, because you're going so deep into it. You're trying to put all your focus into it, and you kind of forget, like, man, wait, what's going on around me? Who am I?
For sure.
Other than Style by LaDonna A. Everybody comes to me, like, the first thing I said when I saw you, girl, I know you. That makes me nervous. Now I got the. I don't know what you expecting from Style by LaDonna A, because it could be something totally different. You know what I mean? Like Style by LaDonna A, I can get you together style, but do you like LaDonna? So I definitely had to, and she knows this. God will sit you down. He will sit you still, and in that still moment, He reminds you who LaDonna is. When He named you, He reminds you who you are. And then when you pick that theme back up, it's like it can come and go.
Right.
I really don't care. It doesn't, make me or break me. It can come and go, but definitely when I first started styling, it was something new. It was something I didn't want to fail at, because I'm coming from the corporate world. Like I'm putting my all into it. So now I'm doing all the things, but I'm forgetting who LaDonna is.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm forgetting what I have and what I need to nourish and you know, all the things. And then sat still, figured it out. God showed me my identity, put up a mirror to my face, pulled some things out that was not like him. Hey, and then once I got back into it, now it's just like things. If they come, they come. If they go, I let it go.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You can replace it with something better.
For sure.
Yeah. I think I definitely experienced that earlier in my career. Like I was a leader. Like I'm in logistics. I'm killing it. Like, I'm a big boss. Like you look at
I'm crying.
Like, I you. I was on top. Could nobody tell me nothing. I'm busting my tail for. I'm getting these people rich. But then I started seeing that they don't really care about you. The minute you run into a roadblock or you struggling, they ready to throw you to the side. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing this for man. Like, I gotta stop trying to please my ego. Lord, take me out of this. Tell me what's my true assignment. So I'm like you, like, look, I'm walking in my purpose now. So if it's meant for me, it's gonna happen. Regardless of what's trying to stop it.
That's real.
God gonna make it happen. Always. So now I done changed my perspective about trying to please people and show them I'm big than no. I'm fucking, if God say this for me, it's gonna happen.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna sit back and I'm more chill now. I ain't got to be on top.
I ain't got to be everywhere. I ain't got to be in the...
I'm chill. I'm cool. If you leave me there, I'm going. If not, I wasn't supposed to be there.
I wasn't supposed to be there.
And to piggyback on what y'all are saying, I think that's good, both of y'all. Just I'll touch my heart with it. But I think for the most part, I think we all have to realize, like, we're on this journey, and we have to understand that. I think somebody said this, where some people, their number one claim to a beautiful life is finding great people to spend their time with.
Ooh, that's
you know what I'm saying? And I think that's a rich life.
That is a rich life.
Because if you
just talking about it.
So if you're great at understanding that, you know, and I said this on my other podcast, I got to know I had some good episodes. I never
check it out.
Yeah, check me out. I never seen a U-Haul behind a hearse.
Yeah.
And I used to always say that. So it's like, no matter what we do in this, the accolades that we receive, we always have to come back to the spiritual aspect of it, because it's your spirit that gives life to this body. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And when you talk about living out of your spirit, we talked about gratitude, having an attitude of gratitude, being thankful, having thanksgiving, being appreciative, love, joy. Those are things that you want to have on auto start. You know what I'm saying?
Just about to say that before my feet even touch the floor. I got, Lord, thank you.
And that's the thing about walking out the spirit, being a spiritual person and taking that energy with you everywhere you go. Because when you show up your true authentic self, right? And you speak your truth, you start, things around you start to conform to that. So now if you're truthful, you're getting people's true reaction. You see what I'm saying? So now if this situation, like I had a homeboy one time, and I told him, I said, bro, you need to start bringing your wife up in certain situations when you're dealing with women. And he never would do that. And what will happen is you will find out that people will start doing business with you, or women will do business with you based on the idea that they could be with you.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It didn't necessarily mean that
he was trying to get with them.
Right. But you let them have the idea. Right? Because you didn't lead with your life. You led, and a part of that, and we talk about that, a part of that is the ego. You know, thinking that you can get in these advantageous positions by trying to finesse the situation, and it always ends up bad. So when you walk in a room and you're living out of your spirit, being your truthful self, the people can accept that and still help you and still be willing to partner with you, and the business and the situation is beautiful because you already put it out from the jump.
Right.
Absolutely.
If you tell this person, hey, I got a husband, and you notice they start picking up the phone, they start acting a little different, you just saved yourself a lifetime of pain and discomfort.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why we can't cry about things that don't work out. Because it's protection and rejection.
Rejection is always protection.
I just will say, like, you talk about being spirit led, right? And I think for me, like, I think who I am, like, as a person, and then who I am in business, they really have intertwined in a sense of, like, for me, my business has always been my ministry. I've always known that from the very beginning. From the time God put me in real estate up until now, everything has been God led.
Yes.
So I think it's hard for me to separate it, because for me it's like so much of me is in what I do, but not because of like the accolades, but because of like my spirit is meant to bring light to people. Like that's who I am as a person. And so for me it's like that's what I'm doing every day though. With these people. That's my purpose. So it's hard for me to separate the two. You know, that's just
part of
my walk.
And I gotta say this about y'all. And y'all are professional, like beautiful, go-getter, like special women. Do y'all ever get prejudged?
Yes.
Like people
don't get prejudged all the time.
Like people don't really know y'all, but they may assume that y'all walking in rooms and they like, she just look like she look stuck up. And they don't even know. They don't even know y'all.
I think I'm super prejudged up until I start speaking. And the moment I start talking,
they like, oh, she cool.
Immediately, because it's like I'm so naturally friendly to everybody. Like I naturally, intentionally give off love to anybody that I meet. I could meet a stranger and leave them, be like, love you, bye. Because that's just my nature. Like that's just how I am. So I think that that's definitely the case. And then, but then they start having a conversation like, she's so nice.
What about you? You ever been
always intimidating. I always
you have that serious face.
I have to though. I have to. Like I've just learned. I used to be super friendly, and super friendly was just too much. So now I have a serious face, and then when you show me that you're worth being in my space, then I can break down that wall and give you a little bit more. But I'm definitely not intimidated. I'm extremely goofy. Silly. So funny, so down. Like I would break out sea walking. Like I'm super fun. I think I definitely.
Praise dance. You was just
doing it
though.
I just praise dance too.
You see that little place across the street from Homewood?
What y'all do?
She got a layaway plan over there now. I know, right?
I got somebody to get out for next weekend.
What song y'all try to do?
What you say to that?
I think, I know how to meet people where they are.
Yeah.
And I'm a person where even though you giving out some negative vibes, I'm still like, how you doing?
Yeah.
It's a nice day outside.
Right.
I love your shoes.
Your
hair. Like, because people deal with so many things internally.
Oh, yes.
And then they just automatically give off, I'm angry. And you come here looking good. You got a vibe. I
got something to say to that.
Wait. I'm like, girl, what you got going on? Like, I don't care who it is. Like, you can be, I'm just me because I may be helping you. I know my purpose is to connect with people and help them in any way I can. So I don't care what you giving off. Like, hey, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Relax.
I had a client like that one time who came into my office, and I hug everybody. Okay, so my client come in, and it's such a thing to the point where they come in. I'm like, I'm a hugger. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hello.
If it's a couple, I'm gonna hug the wife first. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a hugger. So she came in, and she was like, and I was like, oh. And so we continued on. Must be having a bad day. We continue on. We continue on, and I'm talking to her. She was like, you always like this? You always so happy? That's how she was. She was like, you always so happy like this? I said, I try my best to be. I said, but what about you? How are you doing? Are you having an okay day? And I think that she wasn't expecting me to be how I was, but to still handle her with care and love, right? And so I still handle her like that. And towards the middle of the meeting, I started to see her like, you know what I'm saying, lighten up and change. And I think that like when people are like that, you just have to love them harder.
You know what? The older I got, the more I said, don't preach to me. Don't preach God to me. Show me God.
Show me.
Who
are you?
You teach through your responses.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't understand it. Like, you can teach without having to say anything.
Absolutely.
You can recite
It's just your
Absolutely.
but it's all about your
How do you act?
And the people, and I feel like the people that recite every verse be the
And you spend all this time studying and no time.
I'm talking about being in the Word. Got to figure it.
Right. Memorization.
Get your ass about it. You know what I'm saying? And the Bible still right there on the old little. That's what you walk in their house. I'm like, come on,
I saw a reel. The man was like, my wife just got finished cussing me out, but she over there praying.
And I'm like, bro.
Help the Lord.
Because you know what? It's traditionalism versus spiritual.
That's funny. Absolutely.
Like, you gotta really be spiritual in order to
really
open these doors.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm like, bro, like, so I'm reading this book called Becoming Supernatural, and it talks about gratitude being the highest vibration. And the two things that people suffer from, their past and their imagination.
The what ifs.
Right.
I can see that.
And it keeps them from living in the now. That's why they call the now the present, because it's a gift.
That's good.
So if you understand how important this moment is, like you're not gonna, we don't know what the next moment is gonna bring. Can't deal with it in the past because it's gone. So let's just focus on the now. Let's be the best that we can be
right now.
Right now. And my goal is to just be impactful.
That's
I want to be. I want to make an impact now.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? But in order for me to do that, I have to guard my mind. You understand me? Because I can't let the external world affect who I'm going to be. Because now I may miss my opportunity in showing you love. And that's the difference between, like the Bible said that Jesus was, so it's a difference between empathy, sympathy, and compassion.
That's it.
The Bible said Jesus was moved with compassion, which means that he wanted to do something to alleviate the situation. And sometimes when you have compassion for people, you have to have empathy in order to put yourself in their shoes.
Absolutely.
Because I used to be so good at cutting people off. Until I realized, like, the whole don't need a physician.
Right.
Like, the healthy don't need a doctor. It's the sick people. So how do I show gratitude and love and compassion for people?
That's good.
And not think, oh, I gotta cut somebody off because they said something to me or they did something I didn't like. You know what I'm saying?
The other side of that.
Some people got to get cut off.
Some people have, and
guard your mind.
That doesn't mean that doesn't mean that you cut them off and you're nasty to them and you're mean to them.
Gotcha.
You can still eliminate access and still show them love.
Gotcha.
Every day when I pray, and I'm praying in the moment of gratitude, I say, Lord, let me be a light to the world. Whoever I come into contact with, let me be a light to them. That's it. I don't know how you want me to show up to this person.
But whatever you want me to do.
Whatever you want me to do, let me be a light to them.
Gotcha.
But let me tell you something, when somebody's trying to dim a light, you got to cut off access. Right? You got to cut off access. I love you, but I love you from over there.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to go ahead on and do what I got to do over here.
That's real.
But I think that's the same thing. You just said guard your minds, right? So, and that's what the scripture says. So at the end of the day, like, yes, the Bible also says that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So at the end of the day, like, the enemy will send people to try to distract you and detour you from your path. So you have to have discernment and wisdom to know that, all right, yes, I can love you, but that don't mean that you get to be in my presence.
No,
You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to go on about that. You and that demon. I got to
Y'all got to go.
Y'all got to go.
You get close enough, I might cast it out.
I know.
No, because I see you. I see you.
I see you.
I mean, it can be draining. Yeah, you know that you want to give people compassion and you want to be there for them, but also there's a, like you always saying, there's a line.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be putting my energy to something that's negative and it's not helping either one of us.
I wish you the best.
Yeah.
At some point, hey, like you said, I love you, but you go your way.
What you got on?
Right. And I pray for you because that's what the Bible says. Pray for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's it.
That's all I
He never said I had to be around my enemy.
You say that.
He said I
Up to something else. I can be helping somebody that's wanting to do the work. That's
absolutely.
wanting to help.
I can show you
So let me ask y'all a question because we winding down, but I got to ask y'all this question too. So, what is your first thought? Because we have people that we've all lost someone, right? We've all dealt with grief, right? Yeah. And when you see people come and go, you see people's lives cut short, or you see people have things that happen to them, and then you like, it ain't happening to me, so I'm good. My thing is, when something bad happens to you, and you're in the moment, what is your first thought? Like, because it's okay to, be down on yourself sometimes or go through those emotions and trying to work through them. But what is the first, and I'm gonna say this, the reason why I say that is this. I'm gonna paint a picture for you guys. You guys ever watched the National Geographic Explorer? Okay. So the lion is in the Serengeti, right? So y'all know the lion is in the Serengeti, right? So the lion, and then you see the gazelle grazing. So the gazelle is just eating grass, right? So the lion is hungry. So what happens next? The lion goes and chases after the gazelle. The gazelle is running for his life, right? And the lion is on a full-out sprint, so it's a full-out race, full-out sprint. Now the gazelle is running for his life. If he gets caught, he's dead. But if he escapes that lion, you know what he goes right back to doing? Grazing, right? Even though the gazelle was in fear of his life, he went right back to doing the thing that he did before the event happened. Humans don't do that. Something happens to us, we have one long reaction to it, and we never go back to doing the thing that we were doing before that happens. So this book I'm reading is like, be like the gazelle in the Serengeti. Because if he escapes, and if God gives us another chance, right, we've escaped it. So we have this one long reaction to that moment, and then that becomes a mood, and then that mood turns into a personality trait, and we wear that. So my question to y'all is, how do you guys deal with when something bad happens? Do you dwell in it, have a long response to it, and are you guilty of having a long response to it and living that out?
Yeah.
I think for me, my natural reaction, I mean, obviously, we're all human, right? So you're going to feel whatever emotion that you're feeling. Like, every day ain't going to be a good day. You know what I mean? So when things in life happens to you, of course, you're going to feel it in that moment. But I think my immediate response is prayer. My immediate response is let me sit in God's presence, because I'm conscious enough and I'm aware enough to know that, okay, this is where the enemy is trying to get me at.
Sure.
So let me go and sit at God's feet. Let me go and take this to him, because I know that he cares about how I'm feeling.
Right.
So that I don't stay in that mood. Because I know that if I sit in his presence long enough, I'm not going to feel how I was just feeling. So for me, it's let me go worship, let me pray, let me pull out my Bible. Everybody know me, I Bible roulette is my thing. Okay, like, right. I'm gonna go out on my porch and I'm going to worship, and then I'm gonna ask the Lord to speak to me, and I'm opening up that Bible.
Gotcha.
And for me, that's gonna draw me out of whatever state that I'm in. I might still feel it, but I'm gonna feel better when I come up out of there.
That's good. I appreciate that.
For me, I think now being spiritually mature. Not always. Right.
Coming to
Thank God.
a journey. A journey.
Right.
We all been on that
Right. It never promised us that we would never be in the valley.
Absolutely.
You know, so now my first response is not, I can tell you what it's not.
Yes.
It's not why me. It's not why this had to happen to me. It's okay, God, this happened. What's next?
You saw fit.
All right. How do you want me to respond to this?
Gotcha.
Like you said, my first initial, I may be sad. I may even be angry. Right. But immediately after, okay, this happened for a reason. What am I supposed to learn from it? What am I supposed to get from it? What lesson, not loss, what lesson is supposed to catapult me to the next level? So I think that's now my perspective when I come into the valley, as I call it.
It is a valley.
That's real.
Man, I'm still growing in that area, to be honest. But I think the biggest thing is just allowing space and time for me to feel that, give myself grace, and not just hurry up and say, okay, I gotta go that strong. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going for my family. Everybody need me. But I have to stay in tune with how I'm truly feeling. Because I have a habit of, it happened. Okay, I'm just gonna let me hurry up and get past it. But no, it ended up resonating later.
That's good.
So
that
sometimes
one long
reaction. So I think sometimes I have to say, you know what? Yes, I'm sad. I'm upset. But it's okay.
It's okay.
Don't rush the process. Because we be so quick to
get out of it.
And get back to business.
But it's like, no, I need to sit in this for a couple of days.
So when do you guys know that you need a sabbatical? Like, when do you know that, hey, I need to take a step back. I need some time.
I need to smile.
Currently, sabbatical starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Me too.
Yes. When my mind is so cloudy, I can't even think through a thought. I can't even think. When my kids start missing assignments, when I got a client, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot. When things start to go haywire, I gotta get still. I gotta get still.
And you know when it's happening.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And so when you feel it happening, you just like, okay, I gotta pull back.
Absolutely.
And what does pulling back for you look like? Not answering the phone, not responding to text messages.
Because I will turn that phone over, and if you're calling me, I will look at it and say, "Oop, I did not see it." Because I was just talking to this thing earlier with my hairstylist, and I was just like, sometimes I have to retreat because I will be overstimulated, and I can't give where I don't have. You know what I mean? So if I am depleted, then I have to I can't. Sometimes you'll get overstimulated, especially as a mom. You'll get overstimulated, and you like, I can't.
Give me a minute.
And it can be like people calling you, and they ain't got nothing to do with it. They're just trying to call, girl, I saw this, or can you do this? And you getting overly flustered, overly frustrated, and it's just really, you just need to be still, calm down, and just take a sabbatical.
And you know what I read? They said how the body works is, and this is what scientists can't figure out. They run all these scans on, and they have all these diagnoses of, okay, this person has this person has this. But as I'm reading, they said that a lot of people develop sickness based on how they respond to stress.
Absolutely.
Based on how you handle stress in your mind. And some people, like I know I got a homeboy, he smoked weed all day. It don't never look like he had a bad day. And I'm like, bro, that look real. He says, bro, I don't care. Just don't bother. And I'm like, and he don't look a day over his age. You know what I'm saying? And I see people that live 80, 90 years old, and when I talk to them, they're very mild-mannered, very calm. And they tell me, I don't respond to stress like everybody else. And responding to stress is connected to the ego because you're trying to control outcomes, make situations out to be what you want them to be. Which then produces the chemical stress. You see what I'm saying? So, but what would you say to that?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing with LaDonna. I think for me, for one, in what I do, it's go all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's always somebody that needs something. So in a regular day, I could get 40 or 50 calls in one day. Lord. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even including the text messages. You know what I mean?
Sleep.
You know, so it's like I got, the day-to-day operations of the brokerage on top of my agents, training, financials, like it's a lot. So
high strong.
Right, high strong. And then you're dealing with people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Their finance, like this ain't no you know,
you at the mall.
This like that.
85, 285.
Right.
It's a big deal. It's like the biggest investment that they're gonna make in their life. Sure. You know what I mean? And when you genuinely care, I think that makes a difference. I tell people all the time, if I did not care, I wouldn't have a problem at all. You know, but I think I care so much about people that in the past I think that it was a blessing and a curse for me. Because it was a blessing because my clients knew genuinely like that Megan cares. She gonna go hard. Like she love us for real. You know, but then it was a curse because I'm over here like, you know what I'm saying? And I had to learn how to, because one thing about it, my clients have, even some of my clients call me Pastor Battle because God uses me all the time, you know, in their situations. But what I had to learn is like, okay, God, you brought me here as a light. You brought me here to bring people closer to you. So if that's my job, it's not meant for me to take their burdens and keep them on my back. It's meant for me to take those burdens and lay them at your feet. It's meant for me to pray over their problems. Intercede. It's not meant for me to, hey, here you go, Lord. You know what I'm saying? But I kept holding on to them for a long time. And I found myself like holding on to them. And then, you know, it could be anything. I'm talking about the smallest moment, like, I just can't take it. That's too much. You wake it up, it's like, oh my God, 50 messages, 60 messages. It's like, oh my God. So for one, I had to get another phone. Because I was like,
that's crazy.
It's my peaceful line. Everybody, for a while, my mama didn't even have that number.
That's crazy.
Because I was like, I need to wake up to peace. I need my alarm to just be my alarm. I don't want to wake up to all of it. I need my time with the Lord first. So I think that keeps me from getting to that place in general, me waking up and having that time with God first.
And that's a fine line. And I read somewhere in, you know, because I'm an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur probably about going on 15 years. And I had a mentor, an older guy, told me, he said, young blood, you know that?
Young blood.
Let me tell you something, young blood. He said, he was old and alone, you know, had amassed millions of dollars, you know, but wasn't really happy. He said, don't let your ambition become your prison.
Yes.
And, know when to pull back.
And that was me at one point. That was me at one point. And then when I got that second phone, I was like, okay. And even now, you know, when I find myself like getting too frustrated from a situation, I'm like, yep, I'm gonna need a break. And that break for me looks like definitely turning that other phone off, letting everybody know, hey, look, I'm not going to be available, but I will be available from this time to this time, these days, right? If you need anything else, reach out to this person, right? But I think that for me, it's just a matter of disconnecting.
Sure. Yeah, man, that was good.
So look, we wind it down, but I got to ask this last question, and I would greatly appreciate it if you guys answered this question with the best advice. Think about it. You know, and because you know, you may be speaking to a younger you. You know, you may be speaking to somebody that, you know, is ambitious, that wants to be married, that wants to have a career, and needs to know how to juggle it. Because a lot of young women don't have a lot of great examples, unfortunately, in today's society. Like it's, y'all know what it is.
Yeah,
we tell y'all. You hear me?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So I'm out of town. Y'all know what I'm saying. I don't act like you don't know the song. So the last and final question I want to ask, and I want you guys to take a moment to think about it. Looking back at a younger version of yourself, right? The girl who first started forming beliefs about life, about, you know, where she saw herself in the upcoming years, her development, her growth. If you had to speak to a younger you or a younger girl out there that's trying to navigate this life, trying to navigate men, money, career, health, all these things that make up a person, what would you say to them mentally, spiritually and emotionally to help them on their journey and what they're about to embark on? Just thinking back on all y'all been through and all the pitfalls and the challenges and the wrong relationships, the right relationships, money, ambition, things that you missed out on, things that you sacrificed for that you thought was going to be great, and it ended up like, what would you tell a younger you or a younger girl out there that's on her way?
I think the first thing is knowing that God is in control of all things.
Right.
So recognizing that he's at the forefront of everything that you want to do. You can't do anything without him.
Right.
You could try, but your journey will be much harder without him than it will be with him.
That's it.
So I think first and foremost, like, understand that he is ruler of all things. He's sovereign.
Right.
So knowing that and knowing that he has your best interests at heart with everything that you're doing changes everything, because you move different when you know that he has your back, right? You move different when you start your day with God. It wasn't until I was stressed out and losing my mind, until I realized, like, okay, I need to start my days with God.
Right.
I can't do what I'm trying to do without him.
Right.
So I think spiritually that matters more than anything. And then I would say mentally, taking time for yourself. It's okay to take time for you. Because I think the younger version of myself was so like, gotta keep going. Yeah, I don't want to go back.
I need this security. I need this security
I gotta
now.
keep going. I don't want to be broke.
Yeah.
I gotta keep going.
Sure.
So I think that, mentally, it's okay to take a pause for yourself and say, you know what? I think I do need that break.
Gotcha.
And I think that when you learn to actually give yourself that grace and give yourself that time, it allows you to dwell in your feminine energy. It allows you to be able to be soft, even within yourself.
Gotcha.
Right? And as a pole, even outside of a relationship, you got to be whole by yourself before you can even think about being with anybody else.
Right.
And I think that's the same thing I would say. What do you say, emotionally? Emotionally, so I think that goes back into emotionally. Like, if you're thinking about a relationship with a person, get you together before you decide to get with anybody. Right. And then also, just treat them the way you want to be treated. You want them to hear you, you hear them, right? And vice versa.
That's good. I appreciate that.
For me, I would tell my younger self, be patient.
Yeah.
Just be patient. Life is gonna life.
Yeah.
So don't rush it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just kind of go with the flow, and you'll have, once you get your spiritual energy, your spiritual gifts, you'll understand you have discernment.
Yeah.
You don't think the younger me thought I didn't have, but I had so much. I had so much discernment. Yeah. And just getting to the next one, which is identity.
Right.
Getting to know yourself. That's what I tell anybody that's saying, oh my God, you've been married so long. Oh my God, you got married so young. Oh my God, how did you do that? Listen, girl, get to know yourself.
Yeah.
Get to know who you are, what you want, what you like, what kind of ice cream you want. What do you like to do for fun? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's your favorite color? Like, literally get to know who you are.
Absolutely.
Before you try to make somebody else know.
Absolutely.
Before you try to get to know somebody else. Get to know what it is that you want out of life. And that way, when it comes to picking the right person, you will know it. You won't just be picking.
Right.
So patience, knowing yourself, and then for a woman that's like me, or a little girl that's like me, that think that things are just going, it has not, I missed the bus, honey. I got to the bus stop too late. It is never too late to follow your dreams. Like, don't ever think that you missed out on something, because whatever is for you, it will never miss you.
That's good. That's good.
Delayed.
That's good.
Yes.
What we doing? Like,
I think for me is stop looking at the world as the standard. Like, everyone's like, I gotta be married by 30. I got to have the house, the husband. And we let outsiders put so much pressure. And if you're not strong enough within who you are and grounded in your spirituality, you will start trying to build your life on
what you see.
What I see, what people say it's supposed to look like, and you'll miss it.
Absolutely.
You'll miss it. So I'm telling my younger self, stay in the moment. Because I used to get so ahead of myself, like the future, like wait, when I want to get this, and it's like, wait,
enjoy this. That's good.
Because time is so precious, but it flies by. You look up, you be like, man, I done wasted all that time.
Absolutely.
I could have been doing this. And when you meet that person, again, stop having everyone else standard for what your person should be like. Meet that person. What they say, you know, he's not perfect, but they perfect for me. It's like, find that person who you're perfect with, and y'all are a true match. No one is going to be perfect.
Absolutely.
But who do you choose to do life with? Like, what can
who you want to ride with you on the last day?
Who I know that's going to have my back for real, for real. So it's like.
Or, that was good. Not only who do I choose to do life with, but who do I choose to do life with that if they do the worst thing to me that I still fight for them. That.
Clock that.
Right, yes. Right. Stop letting people dictate. Like, we get so caught up, the family saying, you need to do this, and you need to do this, and he need to be doing this for you. Like, wait. Like, this is my life. Like, I appreciate it. Right. Come at me in a different light. And just kind of give me encouragement and just be there when I may need you. And don't try to tell me what my path should look like.
Absolutely. Because you don't know.
Because you don't know.
And what I would say to younger girls, I'm just from a male's perspective, raising a young girl, what I would say to younger girls is just, it's okay, like you said, it's okay to be in your own lane. You know what I mean? I feel like me having a younger daughter, and I see her developing, I see her growing, and I see her personality change from year to year. I'm like, it was just my baby, you know what I'm saying? I want to drive a car. But it's a lot of girls that I feel like my daughter is I'm not boasting, but she has me. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of girls out there that don't have a dad.
Absolutely.
And so what I would tell a younger girl is find you some friends. Learn how to pick good people.
That's good.
That's good.
Because at the end of the day, you may not, peer pressure is real. But it also can motivate you or it can influence you to do the wrong things.
That's good.
But it's certain things, when I saw people, do certain things, I wanted to do it, even if it was good. Even if it was bad, I wanted to do it sometimes. So if it's all about you going through life and you learning how to navigate and how to pick people that are doing good and right things. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I would tell young girls, and I would also tell young girls that purity means something. You know what I'm saying? It was a time where, and I tell people, I said, man, y'all remember a chastity belt? They're like, what is that? I'm like, it's a thing that they used to lock it up, and it used to have a key. You know what I mean? You couldn't get to it without the key. They don't realize how much sex destroys your essence when you're doing it outside of the will of God. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand how much of a power that it had on my life, and I see how much of a stronghold that it has on young girls. You know what I mean? To feel the peer pressure to have to give their bodies up, or experimenting with things that they don't know that will eventually take them down. And it will steal and rob something from them. Take something from them. And so, just keep yourself. Keep yourself guarded. You know what I'm saying? And protect what you have. Protect your essence. Because I when I see young girls, once that's taken from them, it's hard to get it back. It's extremely hard to get it back. And so my daughter, her friends, I encourage her friend when they had a little sleepover, I'd be like, hey, look, huddle up. And I let them talk about boys. Like I don't ever tell my daughter, don't tell me about a boy. She got a boy to know. She gonna keep me for saying this, but she talks to a boy named Noah. You know what I'm saying?
I bet he's so stinking cute.
Let me talk. But I give her the platform to talk to me about boys, who she likes, what she feels when she's talking to them. And I asked her about the guy. She's 14. Now back in the day, mom be like, "Well, you too young, girl. You too young to be having a boyfriend." But this is her reality. You see what I'm saying? Because she's spending 8 hours in school.
Absolutely. You rather know about it.
Right. So that's the thing. I create that platform for her to be able to come and talk to me.
Absolutely.
And I think that I don't shun her, but I encourage her and make sure I guide her through these emotional states in her life. And I think a lot of young girls don't have that. But if that would be my advice. Just make sure you don't rush into having sex, and make sure that you find good examples and know what good and bad is. And if you can do that, because men, we don't have to wash things off of us like a woman does. You know what I'm saying? And just always keep that in mind. You know what I mean? But what I want to do now is I want you guys to tell the world where they can find you, because you guys had some great insight, some great wisdom. So I just want to give you guys your flowers. You guys did amazing. I loved everything that you guys said. I feel so overjoyed and overwhelmed, and I'm just like, I learned a lot. Like, my brain's spinning. I'm like, let me take this back. Put it in my little note.
Okay, got it.
But tell the world where they can, social media, where they can find you. A little bit about what you do, and your handle, your social media handle, so they can get in contact with you.
Yeah, first I want to say it was an honor to be here, to be amongst, like, you all are beautiful. Like, I am just thankful that Josh invited me to be a part of this. Like, I'm always trying to figure out how can I get in rooms with people who are on the kind of same path as me. So it's all about making those positive connections. So thank you for that. But yes, you can find me on Facebook, Carrie Mitchell. I'm gonna have a red suit on my profile picture. And then Instagram, Carrie Mitchell _ the agent. I want to say. But yeah, so again, I'm in financial services. I am all about getting into the community and helping people understand that let's make smart choices now while we have the time, right? So many people are behind when it comes to getting their finances in order, protecting what matters the most. Like, let's have those difficult conversations. We're all leaving here.
Absolutely.
One way or the other. One way or the other. So get your stuff together, like leave a legacy, right? Like, protect your family. Because I can go out here tomorrow and have a car accident, and then my family trying to figure out how they're going to continue life. Like, it doesn't cost a whole lot to go ahead and start that. Like, let's change the narrative. Let's stop thinking about life insurance as, what you mean, you trying to keep? No, like, this is a leg up to get our next generation ahead. And so I'm just here in my community, like, let's do it. Like, how can I help you? Because we're behind. Honestly.
Very much so.
I am like the spokeswoman, like, hey, come on, you got kick. Hold on, what you got? What you got going? Come on, come, let's meet with me.
That part.
It's not about the money or whatever. Like, I'm trying to really help my community. Just understand.
I'm sure we'll collab.
For sure. Yeah, you are.
LaDonna, where can we find you?
Okay, you can find me on Facebook as LaDonna Hardy Allen. I'm on Instagram and TikTok as Styled by LaDonna A. So Facebook is a little different. That's where your mama and your pastor.
Why you ain't answer my phone? They come in
under the picture. I called you. I'm on live. Call me.
Yeah. Your cousin said call. She's like, Mama, this is not the post.
I'm on live.
This is nice. Yes, but I am a wardrobe stylist. I have been styling for about a little over 4 years now. I absolutely love it. But for me, it's like what we talked about earlier. It's an assignment. It's not just putting clothes on people. It is building their confidence. I want someone to, when they encounter Style by LaDonna A, they're a different person. Their brand goes to a different level. They step into rooms very bold, very confident, and knowing what they're doing, and they can be about their father's business.
Period. Well, I'm just gonna also piggyback and say that it was definitely an honor.
It was.
100%. I was a little nervous.
Yeah,
because I was like, oh Lord, they're gonna put the people in my business.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad, and I really truly felt the Lord's presence here. And everybody has such a beautiful spirit, so it just made it 10 times better across the board. So I'm sure it's gonna be plenty of people blessed by this conversation.
I can't wait to put it out.
Yes, I coincide with you as far as, loving on the community and having a heart for the community. I'm a real estate broker and owner, and, we genuinely care about the community, like deeply, probably more than what a normal person does. You know what I mean? If I'm being honest, because I think about it all the time, every single day, every decision that we make as a company is surrounded by the betterment of our community. So we do community workshops because at the end of the day, we talked about the average millionaire is married, right? Okay, well, the average millionaire also owns real estate. They become so by owning real estate. And so for me, I feel like we've been blessed, or specifically I've been blessed in my company, we've been blessed to be able to help those people in our community get them to that next place and build generational wealth. Because regardless, you got to live somewhere. You're going to have to live regardless. You got to live in an apartment or a house or whatever. You're going to pay rent, you're going to pay a mortgage, or you're going to live for free, but it's going to be your own space. I mean,
live outside. We're going to live
at the end of the day, you got to pay to live somewhere. So if we can find you the right investment that is affordable for you, that allows you to be able to live, well, that investment eventually is going to be worth more than what you bought it for. And you're going to eventually pay that investment down. So now as you're paying that investment down and it's growing in value, that equity is increasing, and that's how we build generational wealth. And so for me, I'm adamant about it. I'll talk about it forever and ever and ever because I've watched it make the difference in my clients' lives, in my life, and everyone around me. So I'm just grateful for that in itself, to be able to steward the people.
And if I want to buy a house, where can I find you though?
That part. You can, because I'm going to start preaching. I told you to talk about it.
I'm trying to get a house, girl. I want a house today. Where can I find you?
So on Facebook, you can find me under Megan Battle, and that's all A's, MAGAN.
Gotcha.
And Instagram, Megan Battle the Broker. TikTok, Megan Battle.
So look, that concludes our episode of the Evolution of a Man podcast. This was the special women's episode. It was truly a blessing. I truly enjoyed myself. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.